Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Treasure Trove Tarot, also known here on YouTube as Mystic Moon. Welcome to my second channel and welcome to your weekly forecast. So for this week's reading, we are going to take a look at this deck right here, which is called the Tarot Libs Oracle that I created, and it's comprised of 8 different categories. So what I've done is I've pre-selected the categories for today's reading. So obviously just take what resonates for you and get rid of anything that doesn't. All of these decks, including this one, will be listed for purchase down below. And just a couple of announcements. I am no longer on Etsy. So basically any decks that you want to purchase from me or any readings that you want to receive or just the newsletter sign up, anything will all be available at mysticmoonoracles.com. So if there's anybody on Etsy that's, imitating me or even on Instagram, asking for, you to get a reading, etc. I definitely don't work that way. You would have to come to my site, which there's only one for any of these things. And right now, currently, my personal readings are on hold, but it won't be for long because I'm just going to take probably another week or two off and just to catch up on my current workload. And then I'm going to be presenting readings in a new way, or I'm only going to release a certain amount. That way it's not such a long wait time. I know waiting 2 to 4 weeks for a reading, it's just too long for people. So I'm going to try something new and different moving forward, and hopefully that works better for you guys. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to take a look and see what we need to know first. So why don't we just go ahead and start off with this subject, which is what are the current archetypes playing out in our career, okay? So even if right now you're not working, this could just be something that you're interested in doing or your life purpose, okay? So just however it resonates for you. So the perfect deck to go into that would be the Treasure Trove Oracle Professional Types or Professional Archetypes deck, if I can talk. So let's go ahead and see what current archetypes are playing out in our careers. What current archetypes are playing out for our careers this week? Let's look at this energy. Let's see. Ooh, we have this psychic. Look at this. How cool. It says, look into this crystal ball and see the mystical powers within. You will gain clarity on a hunch. Listen to your gut instincts. Ooh, so when it comes to our careers this week, you guys, or just anything that has to do with our money or how we make money, listen to your gut. Now, that doesn't mean that you guys want to be psychics or tarot card readers. That could resonate, though, for you. But what I'm seeing here is that you are going to literally be relying on your intuition this week when it comes to making decisions or just navigating choices. So now let's go into the Treasure Trove Tarot here and see what else we need to know. I'm actually going to have to push this aside because it seems to be in the way. So, all right, what else do we need to know here about these hunches? Ooh, I like that. We have the Magician. Magician is connected to Mercury energy, which is Gemini and Virgo, but it does say the law of attraction, materializing wealth and desires within reach. So the Magician has all the tools in front of them. All that the Magician has to do is pick them up and start creating something in order to manifest what it is that they want to manifest. So what I'm getting here, you guys, is that when it comes to your career this week, you're supposed to rely on that idea that you got or that hunch that you have, just that inner voice that's telling you to do something, sign up for that class or, go for a new job, start job hunting, put your resume out somewhere or talk to that friend that that works at that place to see if you can get a leg up in that experience. So there's just something there where we're supposed to listen to our intuition here. That's the tool. That's the key. But we do have to make a move this week in order for there to be a materialization of something, in order for there to be a something being produced, okay? So let's take a look and see what else we need to know here. Ooh, we have the 10 of Cups. Beautiful. Okay. Some of you guys might want to work for yourself, or some of you guys might want to go into business with like a like a family member or even a friend that you consider like family to you. But this does say family, business, happy home life, and domestic security. This could also be about making a move that is going to be best for your financial security in the long run. This may not actually be you guys, even though this is a current archetype playing out in your career. This could be your other half. This could be somebody that you are teamed up with in a living situation or just even a business. So there's something that maybe someone is being asked to go for something. To me, the Magician is like a go for it card. It's a green light. It says do something. And we're just being guided this week by our intuition that says, let's go for it. All right, let's get one last card. Oh my gosh, we have the Emperor. Amazing. The Emperor is Aries energy. And Aries is always going to be about going for it. Green light for sure. Plan of action, masculine authority, financial responsibilities. So I feel like if you guys are, let's just say, married, or there's someone in your life, whether you're the masculine or someone else is the masculine in your life, it's like somebody is taking some sort of responsibility. Somebody is leveling up. Somebody is either lending you a hand, or they're putting you in a position, or even you're putting yourself in this position of authority. But you're calling some sort of shots. You feel intuitively guided to make this move, or that this is the right move for you. It could even be like moving in with someone, even though that's not really your career, but it's like it could be a good investment, you know? This would be a good partner to invest in. This would be a good move, a green light to basically move forward or go towards this goal, because this is going to end up in the obtaining of a home, purchase of a home, or that business that you want to run, etc. So that archetype is the psychic, meaning you're being shown something this week. You're getting that intuitive hit, you feel that hunch that this is the correct thing to do. You're getting the green light with the Magician, that you have the tools, you have the power of the Emperor, you're going to be put in a power position, and you're going to be able to obtain some sort of happy life or run some sort of business that's going to be very lucrative and successful. Wow, what an amazing message for the week. Okay, I love that. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead and move on to the next subject here. This next subject will go into the how can I come to terms with my anger or rage. Now, maybe some of you guys are saying, I don't have any anger or rage. Just go ahead and skip this message then, okay? But let's just say there's something unsatisfactory, something that we're not quite happy with, maybe a little bit of shadow work. So let's go into my Twin Flame Journey Shadows deck and see what kind of things that could be connecting us to anger or rage. Maybe like some sort of unresolved issues, etc. Let's look at this. This could have been the action of another person that triggered this response in you too. We have emptiness. So some of you guys might just feel the sense of emptiness, kind of like, what is the point? You know, what is there out there? Nothing really seems to satisfy. Nothing really seems to make me feel happy. So of course this could, like bring up anger and frustration and rage. It could even be that because we feel empty, because we feel lost, we might even take it out on other people. So this particular deck is pretty cool. This is a new one that I just got, and it's called Shadow Healing Cards. Okay, so let's see what is the message here about this. How we can come to terms with this feeling of emptiness or being frustrated because of emptiness. Okay, we do have grief. So this says here, the feeling of loss can be debilitating, but sorrow becomes part of our healing experience. What you have far outweighs what you lost. At least you had it for a time. Wow, I mean, that's definitely a bittersweet message there, you know? It's kind of like that saying, it's better to have loved and lost than never to have experienced love at all. Some of you may agree, some of you might not agree. But at the end of the day, all life is experience. And so sometimes we are going to feel, pain in those experiences, but also with pain comes great happiness and joy. The only way that we can feel low is if we know what it feels like to feel high, right? So This is just going to be a period of time maybe where we're coming to terms with, feeling empty now or feeling sad because we feel like maybe the rug was pulled out from under our feet, or we feel like it's not fair. It might feel like it's not fair because someone else seems to be happy and we're not. Maybe we feel like we deserve to be happy, and someone else who's not really a great person that just kind of goes about life selfishly and doesn't think about others seems to have it all. That can sometimes bring on anger and resentment and rage. And then what it does is it just constantly just brings on more of that feeling of emptiness and pity, right? So our grief works in a way that if we don't resolve it or face it or process it, then it just ends up building in a resentment for other people that are happy. So I just feel like if you guys are grief stricken right now, and if you're feeling a little empty and lost, rather than rather than focusing on all that pain and all that emptiness that you feel, try to figure out ways to fill that emptiness. Try to figure out things that you can do that nurture you. So instead of maybe watching a sad movie, a choice might be watch a comedy instead. Instead of wallowing in the pits and staying inside for the weekend, maybe call a friend and go and see a movie. So these are just very slight, easy things. I know it might not sound easy, but they're little tweaks that we can make in our lives where we're not focusing so much on that emptiness and that the grief isn't just continuing to build and build and build. The more that we focus on it, the more it just seems to become like a bottomless pit. So Spirit is saying that we can choose to make different choices so that way we don't have to continuously feed this empty feeling, this feeling of grief, this feeling of sadness. So, if that's for you this week, great. If it's not, that's okay. So that's just a quick little message about shadow work or just feeling, kind of sucky this week. Okay. So why don't we take a look and see what type of person can I manifest into my life? So this can be a friend, this can be a lover. Maybe some of you guys already have someone. So if this doesn't resonate, you don't have to take it, just skip this part too. All right, this is called the Colors of Love deck. This is not my own, so I'll put the link down below. Okay, what type of person can we manifest into our lives if we want to? Ooh, we have lucky you. You receive a gift or special attention from a love interest. He or she is into you and wants you to know it. That's fantastic. And we have the green energy here, green heart. So this is heart chakra, heartfelt. It's very healing. Some of you guys may have dealt with partners in the past that didn't really show you that they were into you, but this particular person will. So they might be the type of language of love where the way that they show their love is acts of service, quality time, things where you really feel like someone is actually making an effort for you. They're not just saying things, they're doing things, which is why I say acts of service, maybe even gifts or quality time. That's beautiful. All right, what else? So we can attract this into our lives. Put on a pedestal. Yep, we have your love interest has you on a pedestal. To this person, you're a dream come true. You're perfect just as you are. Fantastic. And that might also be a little weird for you because maybe you are the type of person that's used to having to change who you are in order to please or suit other people. So this could feel a little foreign for you. But this white energy here, it's the energy of spirit purity. Okay. So this is very new. This is very fresh. This is something that is going to be very healing and higher, of a higher vibration than maybe some of you guys have experienced before. So this is lucky you. You now have somebody who's actually seeing your worth and your value. And this could come after you really start to treat yourself that way as well. All right, let's see what else. And we have let the sparks fly. So this isn't going to be a situation where you're just not going to be attracted to this person and they're just going to be all about you. No, there is definitely some sort of an electric feeling. We have you and your love interest feel magnetically drawn to one another. There's a powerful chemistry between you both that feels electric. So I really love the colors that I'm seeing here because we have higher vibrational heart chakra. So true love, true heart energy here, authentic energy, but we also have some passion. We have some physical attraction. So to me, it's like you can have the total package. That kind of a person you can manifest into your life. So the best way to manifest people into our lives, you guys, is by being of that vibration ourselves. So I feel like that's what the message is this week. If you want to attract a person like this, start becoming this person. Start treating yourself in this way. Do some amazing things for yourself. Buy yourself some gifts. Compliment yourself in the mirror. Give yourself some beauty treatments and really spoil yourself. If you want to attract this into your life, do that. If you want sparks to fly, learn how to, fall in love with yourself, romance yourself, light some freaking candles, massage your body, things like that. Whatever that's going to, emit in you, you definitely want to be in this energy. So that's the kind of person that you can manifest into your life by becoming this or doing these things for you. I love that message. All right, so there's that. All right, now we're going to go ahead and take a look and see what did I ultimately learn from this experience. So this is going to be another topic where you're either going to resonate with this or you're not. Think of someone in your life, whether it's a friend, an ex-lover, or just, a work situation. What did you ultimately learn from this experience? And just take what resonates, okay? We're going to go into my Cosmic Contracts, the Ties That Bind deck. What did we ultimately learn from this experience, this past experience? Or it could be what we're learning from a current experience as well. Wow, we have soulmate. I am here to complement your life. So of course we have many soulmates in a lifetime, right? And not all soulmates are meant to be in our lives forever. I don't think really any soul connection is meant to be forever. I think that, connections come and they go for, different times in our lives for different reasons. That butterfly, of course, represents growth and transformation. So I'm here to compliment you. I am here to provide some sort of lesson for you that's going to complement your growth and your strength. So let's go into my Twin Flame Journey Tarot and see what some of these growth patterns are about. In what ways does this person or did they compliment you? Wow. So I'm getting karmic soulmate actually. Okay. Karmic soulmate, karma review, judgment, Pluto, death, transformation. I feel like somebody was in your life, you guys, or somebody is in your life right now, but maybe you're having issues and problems with them. And so this connection is coming to an end or already did. And it doesn't mean you'll never see this person again. It just means that right now there is something to be understood and learned here. And there's a cycle that needs to come to a close. And the more that we hang on to this, the more pain that we're going to be in, the more challenging it's going to be. So allow the lessons, allow what you've learned to complement you, but then it's asking you to kind of wrap up this chapter and carry on. So the karma review is learning from past mistakes, learning from the things that we've done in the past, really reviewing our part in the situation. It's about taking accountability. It's also about, looking at other people and really making a judgment call on who they are rather than who we want them to be. So there can also be a tearing down of the ego. Sometimes the ego wants certain things and sometimes other people don't want those things. Maybe sometimes people are just not on the same page. So there could just be some kind of a connection where two people were meant to be a part of each other's lives for a period of time, but maybe now it's like the karma, the lesson has been learned. Now it's time to move on sort of situation. And we have strength. Ultimately, it's made you a stronger person. But I really like this because the next card after Judgment is the World. And the World is about opening up a new door, a new phase. And you can see the lion here. He has opened a door. It will take strength on your part, perhaps, to open this door, to open a new door and close up this old chapter. You might really restrain yourself from doing this. That might be where the karma is. It's really hard to let go of this person because maybe you love them so much. Maybe there is a lot lot of love there, but maybe you guys just don't work, right? Maybe you guys are not going to complement each other moving forward in the future. You complemented each other in a way where you maybe triggered certain lessons or learned certain things or helped each other out, but it's kind of like, might just be somewhat chaotic now moving forward. So it's just best to wrap up this chapter, at least for now. Sometimes, that line takes great strength to restrain yourself. It takes great strength to say no. So there's some sort of serious, also strength, Leo's energy, unconditional love. Okay. So it's like, I love you, but there's something here that just isn't working. There's something here that just isn't working. And we have this Hierophant energy, which is really great because the Hierophant is Taurus energy, but it's also about our belief systems and our values. So the thing is, you could have come together with somebody and maybe you guys are at a point where it's either we need to move forward or we need to separate. So some of you guys could be in this experience right now where you are about ready to open up a new phase and a new door with this person, leading to marriage, leading to commitment, leading to family. But I do feel like for some of you guys, this is something where you are not seeing eye to eye. You guys have different values. You guys see things differently and it's just not lining up. And so we might have to make a choice that is difficult, but it's the right choice for us because somebody doesn't value what we value. And so, that makes it, that's that karma. It's like holding on to something that isn't working. And the lesson here is learning something of strength, being in your power, not giving your power away, not allowing other people to change you or changing for other people. It's about knowing who you are and standing in that integrity and knowing that what's right for you will work. And if something isn't working and it's like banging your head against a wall and continuously running through the same cycle over and over and over again and not getting anywhere, that could be this lesson here where it's time to say goodbye. It's time to call it quits. It's time to, in the phase and enter into a newer phase in your life where maybe other soulmates will come in and you'll experience somebody that's going to align with your values better than this particular person. So it could really go either way, you guys. Maybe some people are leveling up and you guys are getting what you want with someone, but if something just isn't working, the lesson could be that we're finally getting to a place where we're ready to close this old chapter and open up a new one and move forward with our lives. And I think that's really beautiful. And the fact that we have 3 major arcanas to represent this particular lesson and this experience, this is major lessons, major chapters, major stuff. It's like the universe is speaking to you very loud and clear, and all the signs are there for you that it's either, that this is it, that it's going to work, that it's going to happen, or that this is just simply just not going to work at this time or at all, and that you deserve to be with someone that wants the same things as you at the same time as you. So just take it how it resonates for you guys. All right, so now we're going to go into what angel numbers are our angels sending to us. So what angel numbers are your angels sending to you? So we're, of course, going to go into my twin flame angel numbers. We have 0330. Oh, I like that. This is a green light from your angels. The answer is yes. So some of you guys might be asking a question. Is this true or is it not true? If you guys are seeing zeros, 3s, 33s, or double zeros, or 30, that could be a special message and numbers that you're seeing that are basically confirming this for you. It's confirming some sort of a green light that yes, your angels are communicating with you through numbers, but it could be these specific numbers here. It could be something like you see a green light. Green lights, green energy could indicate yes. We have 111, fresh, new concepts and ideas are being made available to you for the journey ahead. I really like that because I feel like that's really about the message that just came through for those of you that are looking to open up a new chapter of your life. Ones are beginnings, right? It's not quite an 11-11, even though you guys could start seeing 11-11s, which I always see as you are on the correct path. Keep moving forward on your journey, keep ascending. But just any form of ones, I feel are going to be a reminder of you that new things are coming, new doors are opening. There's a new journey that's just ahead for you, so keep moving forward. I love that. Wow, a lot of threes, you guys, and green. There's something about green energy here. The heart chakra, the heart, you just know something in your heart. So this says here, past, present, and future energies need examining. What do you truly want moving forward? And I definitely feel that coincides with what we were just talking about with that lesson, that soulmate. Looking at the past, learning from the past, reviewing from the past, and not wanting to repeat past patterns or mistakes. Looking at the present, where are we at right now? And where do I want to go? Where is this most likely going to go? What's possible? What's not possible? All these things need examining right now. So that might be why we're seeing 3s, 11s, a combination of these, or just 31 or 13 even. 13, of course, is the number of death in tarot. So it might be for some of you guys, if you're seeing 13s, people can see it as an unlucky number. People can see it as a lucky number. I just feel like in your heart, whatever you're feeling when you see the number 13, let it speak to you. What is your heart telling you about a situation? What do you truly want moving forward? So I'm just going to use this as an example when it comes to a mate, just because that's really what popped up here is the soulmate energy, right? Let's just say you want children and marriage, and the other person that you're connected to that you love does not want children. They do not want marriage. Let's just say they're into polyamorous situations, and that's just not something that you want at all. You shouldn't have to change your values and what you want to please that other person. You guys are either a match or you're not. So you have to ask yourself moving forward, is this truly what I want? Is this truly going to make me happy? Or am I going to have to change who I am and lower my standards just to be with this person or situation? So these numbers and your angels are sending you these some numbers, and it could be any numbers that they're sending you. So any numbers that you guys are seeing repeatedly over and over again, look them up. Look them up because there's a message for you, perhaps in regards to what you guys have gone through, what's currently being presented to you, and where you want to go next, okay? Because there are new things that are available, but we might just have to say yes to that. We have to say yes to opening up a new door. We have to say yes to something. Maybe some of us are afraid. We're afraid that if we trust someone because they've hurt us in the past, that it's going to be a mistake. Well, all I can say is this, you guys, there are no guarantees in life. I have a lot of people that come to me that want to know if they're going to make the right decision. And the thing is, no one can really tell you 100% yes or no anything. And the reason why is because of free will, So I think that it's a part of life sometimes for us to just take that chance, take that risk. Because if you don't, then you're not going to have the experiences that you're supposed to have. And sometimes the experiences that we're meant to have is to fall on our face, is to get hurt. But there is something valuable from that. And sometimes things work out. Sometimes we strike it gold. It's lucky. And this is kind of cool because this card said lucky you, and it's connected to green. So it could be that someone is giving you a gift, and this gift, maybe this is it's lucky energy. Lucky energy says yes. The answer is yes. Say yes to it. Now, does that guarantee success? No. But this guarantees new energy. This guarantees a new phase. And, if we spend our lives trying to do everything perfect and trying to, prevent pain and suffering, we're actually just going to we're just going to get more and more in the way of the flow of life. And, things are just going to be quite difficult. So it's better to say yes sometimes to things that even if we're not sure, but yes, definitely pay attention to your gut, your spidey senses. That's in place. Your intuition is in place in order to help navigate things, but that doesn't mean it's always going to be perfect and that it's always going to be correct. Sometimes your intuition says, yes, do it. And then you go for it and it's a total disaster. Well, guess what? Maybe that disaster is a part of your growth and ascension. So we can't say, oh my God, I was so wrong. Not necessarily. You had to go through something. You had to go through that heartache. You had to go and make that mistake. You had to lose that money. You had to just fall on your face. You had to feel like a fool. You have to go through things sometimes in order to get to the other side. So I feel like whatever spirit is giving to you guys, if you just feel something in your heart and you just know in your heart that that's something that you want or something that's right for you, go for it, right? Go for it. And say yes to life. Say yes to new things. Say yes to living. Say yes to what's in your heart, And if you feel like something is just not good for you and you feel like something is just not what you truly want, pay attention to that and say no, because this is a reminder that you do always have the free will in life. Your angels, the universe, everything, fate, destiny, that whole thing, that's all in place. That's great. But no one can take away your free will. You have that as your, just kind of life mechanism, your compass here in the world to have this human experience. That's yours. So anyways, that's what I have for you for the angel numbers. I hope that made sense. So 3s and 1s and 0s seem to be, but 3s definitely seem to be pretty significant for angel numbers right now. So let me know down below if you guys are seeing a lot of 3s. That would be interesting to know. Okay, so our next subject is going to be a new hobby or interest that I should explore. So let's go ahead and use this deck, which is a suggestion deck of mine called Shift Your Vibes. New hobbies or interests or things that we should explore. Well, we have watched the sunset. And this is so simple, you guys. It really is. It's something that really doesn't require anything except for just going outside. Now, obviously, if the sun is not shining where you're at and it's just gloomy, you're not really going to see a sunset. So it's not available to everyone all the time. But the thing is, it's like I just think about where I live, which is sunny Arizona. So that makes sense. I really have access to it all the time. But to just go out in the later afternoon and to watch the sunset and just look up into the sky, even to look up at the clouds, even if it's gloomy, just something about looking up into nature and just connecting with the universe, nature that way is just really, really healing, and just seeing the beauty in nature. It's just amazing. So to me, this is slowing down. This is something that doesn't cost you anything. This is something where you just make a little bit of a time, maybe after dinner, to just go outside and just chill and look up at the sunset. Maybe some of you guys, if you live by a body of water, or even better, the ocean, just watching the waves or just hearing the waves, the tide and everything that changes, just roll in and roll out. This can just be very, very soothing. So make it a part of your practice, at least maybe once a week, to do this. We have role-playing costume party. All right, this is pretty cool. So role-playing could be taking on a different role. So the first thing that came to my mind, I remember when my daughter was young, they had the whole room mom thing. And I was like, hey, that's not really a role that I've ever played before, but that sounds kind of fun. I'm going to try that on for size. And so I did it for her 2nd grade year and also her 4th grade year. And it was so fun. I loved doing it. And it was something that I had never done before, but I'm really glad that I tried it. And it was just a great way to be connected to her. It was a great way to connect with, her peers, her teachers, see what they're doing, etc. And it was just really fulfilling for me. So I'm just using that as an example, you guys. Maybe try something that you've never done before. Maybe try to volunteer, right? Volunteer once a month, or do like a cleanup day or something like that. Get involved in your area, or just think of ways that you can maybe volunteer or do something to change something up, just to add something new into your life. This will really help you to shift some sort of vibes there, break some stuff up, introduce new things. And we have journaling. Maybe some of you guys already do this, but therapeutic expression. This could even be creative writing as well. But it's very therapeutic to be able to journal your thoughts, right? There's a lot of guided journals too. So sometimes, people can get really overwhelmed just with like blank pages. I don't know what to say. There's a lot of wonderful journal prompts or books or just journals that basically have prompts. So it's just very easy to do one a day or several a day, or wake up or before you go to bed, or just maybe on the weekends. It doesn't have to be a daily thing. Sometimes that's just too much stress every day, but very cool. And also there's something that I offer with my newsletters. So on the new moon and the full moon, I always have journal prompts. And that's kind of fun. So if you guys, that's free. So if you guys would like a link to that, that will be down below for some journal prompts for, at least twice a month or once a month, whatever you guys want to do. So that's just another way that we can start to express ourselves. And then it's kind of cool because we can always go back and reread it a time later and just see how we've evolved, see how we have changed, see how our thoughts were back then versus where they are, in the current moment that you're reading them. And we have meditate, find your center. So meditation to me is not that. Okay. It hurts my back, and I have ADHD, and I just really, really can't sit down for long periods of time. My mind races. So I find different ways to meditate. This to me, like going out in the morning, every morning with my cats and sitting in nature, that's meditation to me. So it doesn't have to be that, but it's just any activity that's going to allow you to find your center, to just kind of set your day. It is good to do it every single day, which is why I like to implement it into my daily practice, but sometimes that might be just overwhelming, or also just what's the word I'm looking for? Unrealistic. Sometimes people do not have time to do that every day. I get it. But at least once a week, we can dedicate at least one time throughout our week to do either this, or this once a month, or once a season, or something like that. We can, because if we don't, it's just an excuse. We just keep putting off self-care. We keep putting off introducing new things or changes into our lives. We just kind of get stuck in the old routines, and we don't really experience any change because we're not willing to change. We need to be willing to do something small, even if it's just small. That at least shows, it just shows not only yourself, it proves to yourself, but it also shows the universe that you are willing to make a change. You're willing to do something new, and that's important. So very basic, very small stuff here, you guys, but that is what Spirit is saying here in order for us to, maybe create room for us to think about, because there's a lot of things, somebody asks you, what makes you happy? What do you want to do? And you're just like, I don't even know. These things will help you to get to that point and clear up that debris, so you can even connect with your higher self, your true self, and say, you know what? Now I know what I want to do. That's what would make me happy. You'll know. A lot of this is just tearing down a lot of the debris, the everyday survival crap. Sometimes we can't even get in touch with this because we're so busy. We don't allow ourselves this time. We don't gift ourselves this time. So this is very basic stuff that can get us to that point to where when somebody says, what do you want to do? Where would you want to go? What makes you happy? To where you're actually going to be in touch with yourself enough to go, this is what makes me happy, right? I love it. Okay. So now let's go ahead and go into this subject here, which is what my life looks like once I release this blockage. So is there something that's holding you guys back right now? Okay, well, let's go ahead and see. Let's go into my Divine Feminine Healing deck and see if there's anything that we're struggling with. And once we release this and work on this, what does our life look like? We have Vampire. Interesting. So the Vampire card can work in two ways. Either we've become the vampire, right? Or there are energy vampires in our lives. So I will read this to you. This says here, I will try my best to handle my own issues rather than draining the energies of others around me. So like I said, that can work in two ways. So we might feel very overwhelmed with a friend or a family member or someone around us that's chronically complaining. We all know these types of people. They chronically complain. They, call you, drain all your time and energy, ask you for your advice. And then, of course, it's very frustrating when they either don't take the advice or they don't do anything to change their life, and then they just keep coming back to you for more and more and more. This could be money. This could be, advice, time, energy, you doing things for them, helping them. They don't want to help themselves. We all know what vampires are. But sometimes we can become vampires. We can become too needy. We can become too negative, complaining, chronic complaining, etc. And sometimes we notice with people around us, certain people fall away, and then we wonder, wow, why is that person not calling me anymore? Why is that person not really wanting to spend time with me? I think we've all felt this way about people, or we have been this way. We're all human, right? So however this is hitting you guys, this is basically saying once we can kind of deal with this, where we realize, you know what, it doesn't mean we can't talk to people, but your friends and your family aren't a therapist. So if it's going beyond, right, where we really have this problem, or maybe we feel like we don't want to be a drain, because that can also be a problem as well. If you're the kind of person that doesn't want to put anyone out, you keep it all inside. Maybe this is Spirit's way of saying, hey, maybe it's time for you to seek out a support group, or maybe even a good counselor or something, someone that, is a trusted confidant, somebody that, is a professional that knows how to deal with these things, somebody that you can talk to about these things, right? That will help you to release whatever seems to be blocking you. But this could also be learning to set healthy boundaries with people that drain your time and energy. And sometimes that can just be, you don't have to answer every single phone call or every single text. I know that that's hard for some people where they really feel a lot of guilt. I can't do that. I can't ignore this person. It's not about ignoring necessarily. It just means you're not obligated to have to be there every single time someone has a fallout or a problem. You've got to take care of yourself too. You don't have to do every single thing that every person asks of you. It can be small little things like that where we just stop saying yes to everything. We have the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is movement forward. The Eight of Wands is really quickly moving away from something. So some of you guys could be in a group, a community, or some sort of a group is what I'm getting here for some of you guys, or just it could be a friend too, where there's this situation that is very draining and you are being asked to move away from it. Okay. So let's just say you're in a job that drains you. It's just sucking the life out of you. You hate this job. You're afraid to leave because you're just not sure whether or not you're going to be able to find another job, or how you're going to pay your bills. Are you going to make enough money, et cetera, et cetera. What I'm getting here is that once you start implementing ideas on how to get out of that situation, which is either applying for other jobs. I'm just using this as an example, applying for other jobs, or maybe no longer getting together with that group every single Friday night, or not going to lunch with your coworkers that just love to sit around and gossip or talk about, let's just say, politics or religion, or things that, get people's blood pressure or blood pressure rising, whatever's stressing you out, whatever seems to be, on your system. This is about having an exit plan. This is about, making some sort of a shift or change in the energy field. So what your life looks like once you release these blockages is movement. It's no longer stagnant energy. It means you're able to flow. So if these are your issues that you need to work on or work with, once you find your people, as in a support group or a person or whatever this, maybe like a book that you read or some sort of plan or some sort of system or something, this is going to create flow. This is going to create movement here. That's what the Eight of Wands is all about. This is going to create good things. We have Six of Cups. So the Six of Cups is a card of nostalgia. It's the card of the past. It's the card of, childhood as well. So some of you guys could have known someone for a very long time, but some of you guys could have just simply outgrown people. And that does happen sometimes, especially when you're healing or you're wanting to change your life in a positive way and other people are just kind of still stagnant. You outgrow those friendships and we feel a lot of guilt. And it doesn't mean that we have to cut people off because we're no longer on the same page. But if it's becoming a drain or if it's becoming something that's just, it's not really serving a positive, like maybe you're enabling someone or they're enabling you, it's toxic. Even though you guys have a history together, I am getting here. The message is, we need to fly, staying connected to this. We once had it great. We had great times. All that stuff, ruminating on the past isn't going to help this situation. Maybe some of you guys are really hung up on a past person. You can't let them go. And so once you let this go, you're literally going to fly. And I love that we have that hot air balloon because this person is flying. They're on a motorcycle. They're flying free. It's awesome. So we're releasing here. Oh yeah, I love this. The star. Healing, hope, optimism, faith restored, feeling amazing here. Star is Aquarius energy, by the way. So we are actually being directed right now from the universe, from the stars, spiritually, on whatever the situation is, whether it's your own issues or someone else's, on how to navigate this. But the message that I'm getting from Spirit is that holding on to this or continuing to just be the same person that you've always been in this situation isn't going to help. It's only going to hinder. So the way forward is to aim higher, raise your standards. And sometimes our standards are, I'm no longer going to allow you to drain my energy. I'm no longer going to be a part of that conversation. I'm no longer going to allow you to treat me this way. Those are all vampiric energies and treatments. So we are raising our vibration. We're raising our standards here. We're setting our sights higher. We're no longer willing to stay on the bottom dwelling energy. So once we release this blockage, we are going to fly high. We're going to be able to release the past. We're going to be able to change. We're going to experience new things, and faith is going to be restored, and Spirit is actually helping to guide us in that way. So amazing message. All right, guys, this is our last one. So this is going to be a message from my higher power. Okay, so this deck right here. This is, I believe, called the Guardian Angel Tarot. This is the old version. I know that Radley Valentine came out with a new version. It's quite different than this one. But this is the original Doreen Virtue Radley Valentine. Okay, so we have the Four of Abundance, which is the Four of Pentacles. Let's read it. It's time to reflect upon your relationship with money. Are you spending it too freely, or are you holding on to it too tightly? This can also relate to how you give of yourself to others. Is your heart open, or are you holding back? Your hard work and wise investments will bring great success. What's so cool, you guys, is that heart energy, that message came up where some of us might be afraid to open our hearts and say yes. So the Four of Pentacles traditionally is we're hoarding, we're holding on too tightly. But when we hold on too tight and we don't spend anything, then we're not going to experience life. So that's really the message that came to me in the very beginning of the reading. Your higher power is trying to tell you to trust a little bit, to give in a little bit, to try new things, to take a risk, take a chance, You can't get it right every time. Life is not meant to be perfect. You are not perfect. You are human, and you're supposed to have a human experience. And a part of the human experience is to love, but also lose. And that's just the game of human life. Some of you guys are also wanting to do something different with an occupation or a career. Some of you guys are wanting to change your career, but you're afraid that you're going to you're not going to make as much money. But what Spirit is asking you is, what's more important to you, your happiness or this money? So that's another message. We have the Two of Cups. Wow. So your higher power is leading you towards a new connection, a new relationship, or this could be someone that right now you're trying to figure out, should you trust this person? Should you say yes? Should you give them another chance? If you feel it in your heart and Spirit is guiding you towards giving this person a chance, whether they hurt you again or not, I'm just getting here. If your heart says yes, you're meant to go into that situation and perhaps learn something. But it does say a relationship grows closer as two people fall in love, or a current relationship grows much stronger. Okay. Friendships may develop into spiritual connections. Mutual respect and understanding exists or will develop. Don't give up on relationships that feel challenging to you. There's still hope. So there's still hope in some sort of situation. Maybe someone has changed. Maybe someone is saying, give me another shot. You'll never know unless you take this shot. Some of you guys, though, might know it in your heart that do not do it. So definitely listen to that as well. But I feel like this could be a new person too. Some of you guys are afraid to love again. Some of you guys are afraid that you'll never feel anything for another person again. And Spirit's saying you've got to let go of that old narrative that tells you that all people suck, that no one can be trusted, that there's no good people left. That is what you have to let go of in order to let this new person come in. Last one. Inner strength. This is the strength card again. Number 11. Interesting. You have great courage and kindness. You may not realize how strong and powerful you are, but there's no problem you can't solve. The compassion you so freely give to others must also be given to yourself. Stand strong in your convictions if the right answer to tell someone is no. Interesting. So we had the answer is yes, and we had the answer is no. So what Spirit wants me to clarify for you guys at the end of this reading, because some of you guys might be taking this as, let's just say you're dealing with a super toxic person, okay? And that toxic person keeps hurting you over and over and over again. But then I do a reading that says, oh, say yes, someone from the past might return, or somebody that might want a second chance. And your heart's saying, gosh, I just really want this. I know it's bad for me, but I want this person, right? Learn to trust your intuition and your heart. Okay? Some of you will trust a person that will hurt you again, but that might just be a part of your lessons. Some of you will trust someone and maybe that person will truly change and it will be a go. It will be wonderful. It'll be amazing. And some of you guys will let something go completely and open your hearts to a new person, someone that is more in alignment with what you want and what you're looking for. Okay, so we do not always have to say yes just because a card reading says, open up and trust. Learn to trust yourself. Your higher power is constantly guiding you. Okay, these readings are general. They're for everyone to take what works and what feels good for them, and what doesn't, they can get rid of. So try to just take this as gentle guidance for whatever's going on in your lives, you guys. But at the end of the day, your life and your experiences are yours alone, and your connection to your higher power is very special to you as an individual. So trust your heart and trust your inner guidance, and obviously let that be your guide. So anyways, you guys, that's what I have for you this week. So I really hope that you enjoyed that style and these messages, and let me know what you thought about the reading in the comments down below if you want to. All right, take care, you guys. Thanks again. Bye-bye.